So for you, what's been the biggest change in the industry for that long? I'd ask Steve.
Biggest change certainly is I mean, you have to think I came in before cell phones. Mm-hmm. We used to have to go to the phone booth on the corner, and there were lots of them, and we put our dime into the phone so that we could phone the office to get our messages as we froze out in January with your pen freezing in ink to get all your messages. So technology has just completely changed this industry.
And
for a good way.
Have you adapted to all the changes?
Most of them.
Yeah.
Most of them.
Is there anything you struggle with?
Instagram?
Well, I mean, I'm not using Instagram yet, and I'm doing Facebook a lot. You know, I've used LinkedIn and everything else. It's just you can only splinter yourself so many ways and so many things. So
do you find it, even though it was more work back then, you find it harder and more overwhelming now than back then?
Well,
more rushed?
It's the technology allows. I mean, you have to think that when I started, we used to go into the office every morning, and we had something called tear sheets. There were 4 listings on a page. We used to spend all morning tearing them out, putting them in order, and then you got a sold list that we actually had to go list by list and take those little slips out of that book and put them into this book. So your whole morning was taking care of what a computer can now do in 10 seconds or less.
Okay.
So it's what you do that's different. Our whole job, back then, we were the gatekeepers of information.
Yeah.
Back then, nobody got to know anything without going through a real estate agent. Now, we're the disseminators of information, where we take a pile like this and say, okay, but only this and this and this is really important. So our whole role has changed because of that access to technologies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we do a completely different function now. So if you don't adapt,
well, then
you're a dinosaur.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Awesome. So did you find, like, and it's actually, first of all, if anything changed since you guys came in? I mean, you're only 3 years, but things have changed.
Yeah, for sure. I think the information that is available to people now is, everything is a lot more accessible. There's a lot more information. There's a lot more transparency. And I think that's something we're just going to keep seeing, which I think is a really good thing. But, you know, I have heard a lot of realtors complain about kind of keeping some of that access for just us. For me, I think it's awesome. The information's there. I think if you rely on holding things like sold prices as your way of getting in front of clients and that being your value, then I think you should be concerned.
Yeah.
But that has been a big thing that's changed for sure. And social media has definitely changed even since I've been in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, even for me, it's only been almost 3 years, but things like House Sigma, clients, they know everything, what it sold prices, and I'm still a big Facebook guy, but Instagram is kind of,
Yeah.
So are you guys all in favor of sold data just being public?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Why?
I'm not in favor of it before closing.
Me either.
No,
That was the
You're a
one
good
thing.
point.
If we were going to fight anything, and let's face it, it was going to be lost. I mean, it was like, why are we fighting this? You're going to lose. But the one thing they should have fought and succeeded in is that sold prices should not be disclosed until after the closing.
I agree. Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Because we have deals that don't close, and suddenly everybody knows what they took the first time.
Exactly.
That's not fair to the seller.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, of course.
And I don't believe it is
public.
really sold until it has closed. So
Well,
I think releasing that
especially
information really
now,
is a little misleading.
Deals fall apart, mortgages and
Yeah.
stuff last minute all the time.
Of course, especially when we saw what happened in 2016, 2017.
Yeah.
There was a lot of that happening, and I think that was misleading to the public when we saw those prices, and really unfair to sellers.
Well, and once it's actually closed, it's public knowledge.
Right.
I mean, anybody can go to the land office and check and see what it sold for.
Mm-hmm.
So by not disclosing that, it's kind of, okay, no, we're just going to make it hard on you, which is
Right.
like, okay, get over it.
Yeah.
It's public knowledge, but it's not public knowledge, or shouldn't be, until the deal has actually
That's
closed.
right.
And
Yeah.
that's the only issue I take with it.
Yes, I think we can all agree on that one for sure.
Yeah.
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 So.
Nice and easy.
Yeah.
I think that was like the big misconception though with the lawsuit is everyone thought it was just about after close. Most people didn't realize they were fighting on that window in between.
Yeah.
They were fighting everything.
Yeah. But the main was
and then they lost everything instead of fighting for what really mattered.
Yeah, I agree with that.